Insurance covered it. She got paid. What else matters? Her pain matters. Her time matters. Her recovery matters. And now, for Leo Winchester, 240 hours as a school crossing guard. Starting tomorrow, Leo walked into Judge Caprio's courtroom like he owned the place, head down, slouching, as if gravity itself was beneath him. He wore a $900 Supreme hoodie, $2,000 AirPods Max blasting music in both ears, a Balenciaga backpack, Fear of God jeans, and $800 off-white sneakers. His phone glowed in his hand as he scrolled through Instagram, barely acknowledging the court, the bailiff, or the judge. At 24, son of Marcus Winchester, whose net worth exceeded $600 million, Leo had lived his life believing wealth and name granted immunity. This was his fourth reckless driving citation in a school zone in less than 2 years. What he didn't know was that Judge Frank Caprio had zero tolerance for endangering children and privilege would not protect him. The bailiff called his name twice before Leo glanced up, annoyance etched across his face. Yeah? What? The gallery murmured in disbelief. Judge Caprio's eyes narrowed. Mr. Winchester, remove your headphones and put your phone away. Leo reluctantly removed the AirPods but kept them in hand. Can we make this quick? I have lunch reservations at Alorno at noon, he said casually. His attorney, Margaret Harrison, whispered urgently, but Leo ignored her. State your full name for the record, Judge Caprio said, voice firm. Leo James Winchester, 24, he said, flatly, no respect, no acknowledgement of the court's authority. You are here for reckless driving in a school zone. On February 21st at 8:15 a.m., you were clocked at 52 miles per hour in a 20 miles per hour zone outside Vartan Gregorian Elementary School during morning arrival. Is that accurate? Leo shrugged dramatically. I was probably going like 35, maybe 40. The cop's radar is notoriously inaccurate. 52 miles per hour. That is more than 2.5 times the speed limit, Judge Caprio replied. And the speed limit is not about control. It is about stopping if a child runs into the street. Children's safety is your responsibility, Mr. Winchester. Leo waved a hand dismissively. Kids shouldn't run into streets. That's on the parents. School zones last like 2 hours. It's excessive. Most of the time there aren't even kids around. The courtroom fell silent. A crossing guard, present that morning, shifted uncomfortably. Judge Caprio leaned forward. Mr. Winchester, this is your fourth citation for speeding in school zones in 18 months, all during morning arrival at different schools. Do you want to explain that pattern? Leo glanced at his phone. I drive through different neighborhoods. School zones are too long. I have full control of my Tesla Model S Plaid. Over 1,000 horsepower. I wasn't endangering anyone. Judge Caprio's voice took on steel. In November, you rear-ended a teacher at a school crosswalk, Sarah Chen. She spent 3 days in the hospital, missed 2 weeks of work, and continues to experience chronic neck pain. Do you remember that? Leo waved his hand. My dad's insurance covered it. She got paid. The courtroom erupted. Are you kidding me? Someone shouted. Judge Caprio raised his hand, demanding silence. Mr. Winchester, he said, this isn't about money. Her life was disrupted. Her pain was real. Her recovery was disrupted. Insurance payouts don't erase trauma. And you 24 years old, wealthy, privileged, have shown a pattern of disregard for human life and basic law. Leo's smirk faltered, the first crack in his entitled armor. The gallery leaned forward as Judge Caprio continued, detailing the pattern of reckless behavior, the repeated violations, and the unacknowledged consequences. Privilege has insulated you from accountability until now. But it ends here. The sentence was firm. Leo would perform 240 hours of community service as a school crossing guard, witnessing firsthand the responsibility adults have toward children's safety. He would attend mandatory traffic safety courses, and he would publicly acknowledge the harm caused by his reckless driving. No wealth, no influence, no father's connections could change this. Justice was blind, and today it was teaching a lesson about consequences. Leo left the courtroom that day, humbled, chastened, and confronted with a truth he had never faced. Wealth does not absolve one of responsibility, and the law protects the vulnerable, not the entitled. But because insurance paid, everything's fine, right? What else was I supposed to do? It was an accident. Negligence happens, Leo muttered, his phone buzzing again. He glanced down, almost instinctively. Judge Caprio's voice cut through like steel. Put that phone face down now. Leo obeyed, for the first time visibly uncomfortable. Mr. Winchester, the judge continued, your father's money does not shield you from consequences. Your last name does not make you special. Your complete lack of remorse is unacceptable. Judge Caprio picked up his phone. Bailiff Rodriguez, please pull Mr. Winchester's complete driving record, all citations, and accident reports. 25 minutes passed. Leo scrolled through his phone, sighing dramatically, while the gallery watched with rising anger. Finally, Bailiff Rodriguez returned with a thick folder. Judge Caprio read silently, expression darkening with each page. "Mr. Winchester," the judge said, "in the past 2 years, you have received 11 traffic citations. 4 for speeding in school zones, 3 for running red lights, 2 for illegal street racing, 1 for reckless driving at 105 miles per hour, and 1 for driving with a suspended license. Some were dismissed because your father's attorney intervened, but the violations still occurred. And regarding the November accident, you hit a teacher's car at a crosswalk. Sarah Chen, concussion, severe whiplash, herniated C5 disc. She is here today." A woman in a crossing guard vest and neck brace stepped forward, moving slowly, clearly in pain. Sarah Chen faced Leo, her voice steady but filled with gravity. "5 months ago, I was doing my job, helping children cross the street. I saw your Tesla coming too fast. I thought you'd stop. Crossing guards have stop signs. Cars always stop. But you didn't. The impact gave me a severe concussion, whiplash, and a herniated disc. I couldn't teach for 2 weeks. When I returned, the children were terrified. They'd heard about the accident. Some had nightmares." She pulled out a letter. "This is from 6-year-old Emma. She wrote, 'I love you, Miss Chen. I'm scared about cars. Please don't get hurted again.'" Her voice grew stronger. "Your insurance paid $45,000. But money doesn't fix fear. It doesn't fix nightmares. It doesn't fix the pain I feel every time I turn my head. I'm supposed to protect children, but now I am afraid because someone like you, someone in a $130,000 car, decided school zones don't apply to him." The courtroom fell silent. Leo stared at the floor, face drained of color. Tears ran down Sarah's cheeks. Judge Caprio addressed Leo directly. "She has told you exactly how your reckless driving affected her life and the children she protects. She wears a neck brace because of you. Children have nightmares because of you. Do you have anything to say?" "I'm sorry," Leo whispered, barely audible. "Sorry? When it happened, your response was that insurance covered it." "That is not remorse, it is avoiding accountability," Judge Caprio said, voice unwavering. The gavel came down. "Here's what will happen. Your speeding fine is $500 for reckless endangerment. Due to your pattern of violations, lack of remorse, and disrespectful behavior, I am adding $7,500. Total, $8,000. Your license is suspended for 18 months. No driving. No exceptions. You will perform 240 hours of community service as a crossing guard at Vartan Gregorian Elementary, the same school where you hit Miss Chen. You will stand at that crosswalk, wearing the official vest, protecting the children you endangered, from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m., 5 days a week, under Miss Chen's supervision." Leo's face went pale. "That's humiliating. Everyone will know." "Good," Judge Caprio said. "Perhaps it will discourage other entitled people from driving recklessly. And Mr. Winchester, if you fail to complete these hours, arrive late, disrespect Miss Chen, drive during your suspension, or mock this on social media, you will serve 1 full year in state prison." Prison. Not county jail. Leo swallowed hard. For the first time, the weight of his actions, not his wealth, hit him. Justice in Judge Caprio's courtroom had no price tag, and today, privilege had met accountability in full measure. "Do I make myself clear?" Judge Caprio's voice rang with authority. Leo nodded, unable to speak. "I need a verbal response." "Yes, Your Honor," he stammered, voice cracking. "Being a Winchester means nothing here. What matters is that you endangered children and showed zero remorse. Now you'll learn what Miss Chen does every day. Maybe you'll understand that other people's lives matter." The gavel fell with a sharp crack. Court is adjourned. 3 weeks later, Leo Winchester stood at the Vartan Gregorian Elementary crosswalk wearing a yellow safety vest. His Supreme hoodie stayed home, and his Tesla was parked. His pride had been shattered. Sarah Chen arrived to supervise. "You hold the sign like this, arm extended fully," she instructed. "Watch for cars in both directions. Your job is to protect the children, always. That comes before your comfort. The children come first. Understand?" "Yes, ma'am," Leo muttered. Over the following weeks, Leo discovered a world he'd never known. Crossing guard work was grueling. Standing in the cold made his feet ache. He learned the children's names: Emma, scared of cars; Marcus, always asking about his day; Sophia, who brought him hot chocolate on a freezing morning. He learned which drivers respected school zones and which didn't. Each speeding car sent his heart racing, and he felt, viscerally, the fear he had caused. One morning, in his 8th week, a black Tesla came speeding toward the crosswalk. Leo had his stop sign raised, but the driver didn't slow. Instinctively, he grabbed Emma's arm and pulled her back just as the Tesla blew through at 45 miles per hour. She cried, trembling in his arms. "You're safe. I've got you. I won't let anything happen to you, he whispered. Emma's mother ran over, face pale. Thank you, she gasped. Oh my God, thank you. That evening, Leo called Sarah Chen. Miss Chen, it's Leo. I understand now, what I did to you, to these kids. A car almost hit Emma today and his voice broke. I'm so sorry. Sarah was quiet. Did you stop the car? I pulled Emma back. She's safe, he said, then you did your job. That's what we do. We protect children. Keep showing up, Leo. Every day. That's how you make it right, not with words, with action. 6 months later, Leo completed his 240 required hours, then volunteered for another 240. He trained to become a certified crossing guard, arrived early to help Sarah set up, and started a non-profit funding crossing guards in underfunded schools across Rhode Island. He spoke at high schools about reckless driving, showing a before and after transformation from Supreme Hoodie in court to vest at school. He sold his Tesla, bought a hybrid sedan, and now drove strictly within speed limits. 1 year after sentencing, Emma wrote him a letter. Dear Mr. Leo, you are the best crossing guard. You saved me from the scary car. You keep us safe. I love you, Emma. Leo kept that letter in his wallet. Every time he was tempted to check his phone while driving, every time he thought about speeding, he looked at Emma's handwriting and remembered what truly mattered. Judge Frank Caprio kept Leo Winchester's case file on his desk, not to shame him, but as a reminder that privilege can be unlearned, entitlement confronted, and that protecting the vulnerable matters more than convenience, status, or wealth. Money can buy many things, but it cannot buy character, redemption, or the trust of a child who waves every morning to the crossing guard who keeps her safe. If you believe in Judge Caprio's fierce protection of children and his way of teaching privileged youth real responsibility, support Judge Caprio Speaks by subscribing and hitting that like button. Share this story if it reminded you that children's safety is sacred. Dramatization for storytelling and education, not legal advice.